All right. Let's try this again. Third time's a charm, perhaps. We'll see. We're going to get this going once and for all. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening here. But sounds like it's not jumping again. So hopefully this works. Let me know if you guys hear a loop in this. Again, I'm not sure what the deal is this morning, but crazy. Let's try sharing this out again. It's just funny. Happy Friday. So far, so good. All right. Thank you, David. Good morning, brother. I appreciate you. Good grief. I'm going to have to do a wardrobe change. I'm sweating already. Talk about putting me in the hot seat today. Goodness gracious. Happy Friday, everybody. What the is going on? Yeah. Let me share this out here. Try to get some more of you guys on. Appreciate you guys showing up. My apologies for the delay and the technical difficulties this morning. Is what it is. We're going to move on. Bumblebee tuna. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Third time's a charm. It looks like we're going off without a hitch this time. Knock on wood. Let's keep her moving. Got to give a shout out to everybody on Heroes Media Group. Love the shows. Thank you guys for reaching out to me this week. Checking in. Appreciate it. Also want to give a huge shout out to the pod family down at Empowered Podcasting at the conference down in Charlotte, North Carolina, happening right now. Go check out Empowered Podcasting Conference. My buddy Mark has done a fantastic job. This is the third year. I was supposed to be down there today speaking this afternoon. Unfortunately, I had to cancel last minute. It kills me. But I know that everybody down there is they got a great lineup of speakers this year. I miss everybody. And those of you that watch this, I'm sorry I couldn't be there this year. My bad. I'll definitely be there next year. Ken, good morning. Just back from Salt Lake. How was your trip? Hopefully it was good. You go up there for work? What else? It's been crazy here, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of emotions, a lot of stuff going on. What are we? Nearing the end of August already. Back to school. How many are depending on where you are in the country, but how many people are back to school? How many of you have your kids back in school right now? I'm pretty sure most people have started school, or the kids have started school already. If not this week, last week. Secret squirrels. There you go. Attaboy. I know. I'm not sure if the Midwest, like Upper Midwest, I think Wisconsin, I think they're back in already. I don't know. Here in Pennsylvania, they started, or they start next week, I think, or the first week of September. A little bit later out here. But where are you guys at in the country, and have your kids started school yet? And I got in colleges are back in school or getting ready to. I know Little Bird starts his schooling, second year seminary school here in Monday to be exact, I believe. So yeah, it's crazy. Year is gone by and lots have happened, but let's go ahead and get this started. We got some fun stuff happening this week here. I say fun, not in like a ha-ha fun kind of a way, although a couple of the stories are funny. This one, however, is not. Pennsylvania helicopter plane collision. This happened Wednesday evening on August 19th up near Carlisle Airport. Carlisle, for all you military people, Army War College is right there. It's about, I don't know, 35 minutes north of me here. So it happened very close. Mid-air collision between a small Cessna 150 and a Pennsylvania State Police Bell 407 helicopter. A state police helicopter and a small plane collided midair Wednesday evening at the Carlisle Regional Airport. The Cessna pilot Paul Sholosky, an ER doctor, an experienced aviator, did not survive. But here's what you need to know about the men in the helicopter. One of them was pushed out a window, then turned around and helped his partner escape. Both troopers made it out. The NTSB says the Cessna was on a unusual flight path when it suddenly pitched up, turned left, and struck the helicopter's tail rotor. No control tower at Carlisle. So it was really, really small airport. No control tower there. Both pilots on shared radio frequency. Investigations like this one, I don't know, probably going to take 1 to 2 years, they say. So it says don't expect quick answers. But after the Reagan National incident, every mid-air collision is going to get a lot more scrutiny moving forward. You guys remember the Reagan incident with the Army helicopters? Was it last year or 2 years ago already? I don't know. My time is messed up. But anyway, so yeah, that's unfortunate. It was crazy that it happened like literally right up the road here. What else we got? Massive egg recall upgraded to highest risk level. Oh, this is sad. This is really how many of you guys eat a lot of eggs or buy eggs at the store? Well, be careful. Hey, Steven, good morning. Appreciate you jumping on, brother. Nearly 19 million eggs have been recalled by Midwest Poultry Services. Salmonella. Did I say that right? Salmonella? 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 Something like that. It happened on the ground. Yeah, it was like kind of they said mid-air. Looking at the video, I've seen the video. I think if you Google it, I think there's a couple places online that show it. Sorry, guys. The glasses. I know the glasses thing. This is new to me, guys. And these aren't my readers. These are the readers, but the blue line. Anyway, you guys get it. So back to the egg story here. If you bought eggs recently, the FDA just upgraded a massive egg recall to class 1. That's the highest danger level. Nearly 19 million eggs from Midwest Poultry Services produced in Texas are linked to salmonella outbreak. This is what gets me. 98 people sick across 17 states. 26 of them hospitalized. 0 deaths so far, but that can change. I like how they put that could change in the story. Like this is like these were sold at Kroger, Brookshire's under names like Simple Truth and Cal Maine. So check your cartons if you got any of those poultry items. Look for codes P1950 or 0840962 with dates between July 20th and August 17th. If you got them, throw them out or take them back. This isn't small farm mistake. This is industrial scale. This is those big farms where they cram in like 1,000 chickens into like one little pen. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. Stories like this is even more proof of why you should buy from local ranchers and farmers. So if you don't have one in your area, find one. or somebody close. This one here, I'm going to, you know what? Where is, I created a, yeah, you guys see this here? Yeah, what does that look like? Back to school. I'm sitting here pointing at it like you guys can see what the hell I'm looking at. Sorry. It's one of those weeks. Back to school. Back to school's happening right now. Hey, look at that. Back to school. I'm in Pennsylvania. Look, Community Heroes, back to school. You got Penn State. Look at that. The Nittany Lion. Speaking of Penn State, how many of you have heard that Penn State fraternity cocaine trafficking ring? Oh, yeah. There are 14 people, mostly students, charged in a cocaine trafficking ring that prosecutors say was run through fraternity houses. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. The ringleader, I'm not even going to try pronouncing their name, surrendered on Tuesday after skipping his arrangement. Here's how it worked. Cocaine came from New York and Philadelphia. Got cut and packaged at Sigma Chi and Delta Upsilon frat houses. I'm sure I said those wrong. I don't give a damn. Whatever. Then sold across campus. But the part that should make every parent furious, prosecutors say fraternity pledges were made to cut and package coke as part of their initiation. That just seems like good business, right? I don't know. This wasn't a few guys selling to friends. This was a multi-state pipeline using college kids as labor. And when investigators closed in, one defendant father allegedly tried to hide the evidence in a safe full of drugs and cash. Idiots. Penn State suspended both fraternities. One of them, the Sigma Chi, isn't even recognized by the university. Greek life or criminal enterprise. In this case, it's a line that's got pretty blurry, right? Blurry? Get it? Blurry? No? Okay. Penn State and the Coke. Man, I tell you what, that's their whiteout game this year is going to be phenomenal, I bet. Nothing on that one? Nobody? All right. I thought it was funny. Yeah. Maybe I should have titled it like Penn State's Booger Sugar or something like that. No, I don't know. What is it with Penn? Yeah. OnlyFans wasn't enough. Nah, I guess not. They had to. It must have been a slow month on their OnlyFans page, so they had to resort to the booger sugar to get it out. But I'm telling you, their whiteout games are good. The internet. This is the one thing that I will say good about the internet is that it wasn't disappointing to see some of the comments. And with Penn State history on other things like Joe Paterno and that stuff that happened years ago. I mean, it just, whew. But their whiteout, there's a lot of comments going on. Like I've been to a Penn State whiteout game. We've covered it as HMG. This was, I don't know, probably 6-7 years ago. And it's a beautiful campus. It's out in the middle of freaking nowhere. But yeah, I mean, the jokes just write themselves, right? I can't wait to see what the whiteout game looks like. It's going to be lit. Sorry. Moving on. Pentagon orders 30 universities to audit their foreign ties. I thought this to be quite interesting. This happened this week. Ordered 30 universities to audit foreign research partnerships and financial ties. Entities in China, Russia, and Iran. designated as foreign entities for concern. The Pentagon just ordered 30 major American universities, including Harvard, MIT, Georgetown, and NYU, to audit, every foreign research partnership they have. The focus: China, Russia, and Iran. Schools that the schools have until August 31st, right around the corner, to report back to the Defense Department. Failed to comply, they risk losing federal funding. This isn't about study abroad programs. This is about research collaborations from foreign military link institutions, technology transfer, and money flowing into American labs from entities the DoD considers adversarial. Ooh, that's a big word for me, and I said it right. Huh. The administration has been targeting different labs and universities for years. Now they're putting the entire elite higher ed system on notice. If you're taking money or sharing research with China, Russia, or Iran, the Pentagon wants to know about it, and they want answers. When this came out, they had 10 days to do it. Here's this is what's kind of, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So DoD comes out and says, hey, I want to know what these universities are sharing. I get it, rightfully so. But then we make a deal with, I'm not going to say another country, about research development and so on. You guys know what I'm talking about. I can't say it because we're already shadow banned, and I just don't feel like putting the tinfoil hat on this morning. It's interesting. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Is this a concern? I think it's a legitimate one, right? What countries are given to the universities here? You know how many? Here's a surprising fact too. I was surprised, and again, don't believe my word. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. But like, how many how many universities have foreign students that get free tuition coming here to the United States? That's something to look up. It's kind of shocking, really. And I'm sure somebody out there is going to take what I just said out of context, but that's fine. Again, don't take my word for it. Look it up. Anyway, where are we? Let's move on. I got a couple more here, guys. This week, President Trump cuts U.S. South Korea military drills. This happened on the 16th, a couple days ago. President instructed the Pentagon to substantially reduce U.S. role in joint drills. Should we be worried about this? Let's see. President Trump just cut our joint military drills with South Korea in half, from 11 days down to 5. And here's the kicker. Neither of the military officials nor South Koreans knew it was coming. Trump says he did it because he has, quote, very good relationship with Kim Jong Un, North Korean president, for those of you that didn't know that. The annual Yulchi Freedom Shield exercise was supposed to run through August 27th. It's ending today. Counterattack operations canceled. Live field training scaled back to computer simulation. South Korea's president found out when the rest of us did. Kim Yo-jong, Kim's sister, called the drills still proactive, but made sure to say the leaders' relationship remains excellent. Here's the reality of it, I guess. The reality is, what's the reality? I lost my place here. Here's the reality. Trump is replaying his 2018 playbook. Unilateral concessions to a nuclear-armed dictator while our allies get blindsided. And reports say he's pushing for a face-to-face with Kim by November. Good relationship or not, North Korea's missiles didn't get any smaller this week. Interesting article. I forget where they got this, but yeah. Yeah, David, too many. I agree. And stick to the others. Like, yeah, I mean, here's the thing with South Korea. Actually, I got nothing. I've never been there. It's one of those things. Like, if we've been there long enough, I mean, I get why we're there. We're in the region. I don't know. It's going to be. There's a lot of questions with this administration right now. What's happening? And again, maybe next week I'll get more into. Maybe we should have a night where we do a. You got here's completely sidebar here, real quick. Would you guys want me to do like a happy hour show where we just go full tinfoil hat and get into like just talk about some crazy ish? Because this is one of those things, I think, like everything that's going on with this administration right now, what's happening, and this particular story, Iran. So let's see. Do you really think they're going full socialist in a hurry? That's a bold statement, David. I'm wondering, David, South Korea is going full socialist in a hurry. Is that true? I don't know more. But that's certainly, I could see why you would say that. Never looked at it that way, but that's interesting. Very interesting. I have to bring that up. All right, let's go. What do we got? We got two more, guys. Stay with me here. USDA resends a 2001 roadless rule. Now, we've talked a little bit about this roadless rule, right? This was announced on August 18th. The proposed rule to rescind the entire 2001 roadless area conservation rule. I think I talked something about this a couple weeks ago. 10 western states, Alaska, Arizona, California, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming, and then there's some exceptions to Colorado and Idaho. They have some of their own rules, but over 40% of roadless areas have high or very high wildfire hazard potential. Only 5% have received hazardous fuels reduction since 2014. What does this all mean? This happened during the Clinton era regulation protecting 44 million acres of national forest. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says it's about wildfire prevention. Local managers need freedom to clear dead fuel and argues and on one size fits all federal rule made in Washington doesn't fit Montana or Arizona. But here's what conservation groups are hitting back with. These roadless areas cover just 2% of land in the lower 48, but they're home to 57% of our vulnerable wildlife species. And when the Forest Service asked the public what they thought last year, 625,000 people commented. 99% said they don't repeal it. They did it anyway. The administration says this doesn't mandate new roads or timber cutting. It just removes the barrier. But the barrier was there for a reason. And with 370,000 miles of Forest Service roads already crumbling, the question isn't whether we need more roads. It's whether local control becomes whatever the timber industry wants. Public comment on this is open until September 21st. Heather, good morning. I got mixed feelings about this open road policy. You know, I see the argument with the wildfires, and yeah, that's good. You want to get out there and get rid of the. But are they using that as an excuse for something that they're just going to turn around and pull the wool over our heads later on? That's the part that kind of rubs me the wrong way, right? The conservation side of it, I get. February 26th, they did a poll. 76% of likely voters support keeping the roadless rule. back in 2025, 99% opposed it. Administration's case, from the administration side of it, aligns with Trump's executive orders on timber, energy, and resource production. Okay, so this is where I think it's getting to be clouded. Only 5% have received hazardous fuels reduction since 2014. I said that, and over 40% of the roadless areas have high or very high wildfire hazard potential. I would be curious to see what those areas are like. Have there been wildfires in those areas in the last, say, 10 years? Let's say 5. If not, leave them alone. Right? Here's what happened in 2001. What the rule did, it prohibited most road reconstructions, and timber harvesting in roadless areas. Applied nationally as a one-size-fits-all kind of a policy, had 95% public support when enacted. What are your guys' thoughts on leaving these areas roadless? Again, from a conservation standpoint, I certainly get it. I love being outdoors and whatnot. It's going to be interesting to see. I would hate to see that. This is what I fear on this one is they're going to open it up, and then they're going to turn around and say, "Oh, you know what? You guys can pull timber out of there, or you can build a pipeline, or you can do this, you can do that, blah 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 blah, whatever." I get it. Some people are going to argue, "Oh, it's creating jobs, it's doing this, this, and this," but we're getting rid of a lot of the natural beauty. I'm an outdoorsman, so for me, I'm all about being outside and whatnot. Hike the areas and whatnot. This is going to be interesting, and I got a feeling that this certainly isn't going to be the last time we talk about this story. I'm sure. So let's end it on a good one. Who's here? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put this up here, David. Copy. All right, perfect. I love that. David's always good at throwing stuff out there. I appreciate it, David. I do. It's going to be interesting because here's the other thing. And now that David said that, it's like you look at the roads. How much of it are we really taking back? And here's the thing: we've had problems with fires. I didn't even talk about this. Fires out west over the last 20 years have been horrendous. How many homes have been lost in those said states and whatnot? It's not just homes, but and here's the thing. If they go out there with the fire, build these fire roads and then burn the area, that's regrowth and stuff like that. So it's back and forth. I get it. It's kind of a catch-22. All right. Let's share some. Let's end the news cycle here on hero stories here. Look, we got some hero stories here coming up. And we're going to close the news stuff out with people who ran towards danger this week. Kentucky State Police Trooper Blaine Miller came across an overturned SUV on fire on I-65. He climbed through the windshield, pulled a family out. Friggin' amazing. Good for you. Thank you, Kentucky State Police Trooper Blaine Miller. In upstate New York, Trooper James Bentrim ran into a burning house, no fire gear, to get an 80-year-old man to safety. That happened this week. New York Trooper James Bentrim. Thank you. At the White House this week, 16-year-old lifeguard Ryder Williams sat beside the 10-year-old boy he pulled from the surf in Santa Cruz. I don't know if you guys remember that. I talked about this one, I think it was like 3 weeks ago. But they took the White House asked Ryder and the 10-year-old boy to come out, and President Trump was giving him the highest civilian honor. 16 years old. I hear stuff like that. There's hope for our future. That's freaking awesome. God bless those guys. This is a great week for the heroes. And all that happened this week. Where can you find HMG? We are all over the place. We got people down at Empowered Podcasting Conference, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's today through the 23rd. Next month, we're going to be in Tampa, Florida at the All Heroes Open from September 25th and 26th. Go to teamaddo.org. Check that out. We're also going to be doing stuff at Amazon headquarters in September. I think the 22nd or 23rd. More to come on that. So if you're in the DC, Northern Virginia area, hit me up. Let me know. I'm going to put this thing on here. Next year, Military Creator Con is happening in Fort Worth, Texas. And we're going to give you 10% off your ticket price right now. And ticket prices are going to go up. So get on there. When's the date? If I was more prepared, I'd tell you, but I'm not. So it's in May, end of May. But it's going to be freaking awesome. We moved the venue this coming year. We've got already a slew of speakers. It's an event that you're not going to want. It's turning into the largest military veteran event, and it's for creators. And here's the thing. You don't need a platform. You don't need to be on stage. You don't need any of that stuff to be an actual creator and get recognized with this conference. Military Creator Con is where it's at. Whether you're active duty, you're a veteran, or you're a spouse or a family member of one, if you create, whether it's a book or a podcast or you do AI or you do woodworking, whatever you do you create stuff, and you got some type of military connection, we want to see you there at militarycreatorcon.com. Check it out. Make sure you go check out all the shows at heroesmediagroup.com. Had some shows up this week. The Arms Room this week. That's the OGs of HMG. They're discussing outdoor gear, when to spend the money versus saving money. This was a good show. They always put on a great show. And for those of you out there that are looking to do any type of training, whether it's like dirt medicine, advanced medical training, or any type of firearm training, self-defense type stuff, go to independencetraining.com and check them out. Glenn, founder of Independence Training, has been a friend of mine for well over a decade. And anytime I have questions on when it comes to anything firearms and whatnot, go check them out, independencetraining.com. Check out the Arms Room show. They put on a great show. They do a new show every Monday, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So go check that out. Bunkhouse Podcast. I see you guys there. What's up? I've been away racing. Appreciate you guys. Randy Millwood. Thank you guys over there on the IGs. Appreciate you. What else we got? Riley Gruppo. The Riley Gruppo show. Riley's got her new show. She came out with a new episode. So proud of this young lady. This week, she sits down with Marine Corps captain and Team USA athlete Riley Chijak. I know I said Riley's name wrong. Forgive me. Anyway, Defining the Odds. Great new episode. Check it out, the Riley Gruppo show. One of the newer shows here at HMG. Dog tags to ownership. This week, they had the J-Dog story. Junkyard removal, J-Dog. If you haven't seen it, it's a veteran-owned company. They franchise it. They're based out of Philadelphia area, or they're over near Philly. Great people over at J-Dog. But it was a great show. Dog Takes to Ownership with our friend Julie, who hosted, one of the co-hosts there. Julie was on the show here with us last week. So check that out. Dog Takes to Ownership. 4 Years a Slave's got new stuff coming out. From the Ashes Radio. This week, they talked with Brad with Valor Veterans Law to pull back the curtain on veterans law and talk about what veterans need to know when fighting for their benefits they have earned. Pay attention. This was a great one from the Ashes Radio. Check it out. Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. This week, Marine canine handler survived Afghanistan, spent nearly a decade in law enforcement, then became a firefighter, and then used real estate to build something even bigger than a business. Check that out. The Blue Line Voice, Blood, Sand, and Smoke. Great episode. Couple more here. Misfit Nation podcast. They had a couple of episodes that came out this week. Beyond Survival Mode, Sonia, on trauma, leadership, and remembering who you are. Homefront Sit Rep podcast got some new stuff out. Check them out. We've also got Vet SOS network. They've got a network of shows. Operation Startup, The Scoop, and Grab a Lifeline all had new episodes that came out this week. Check them out. We also got The People's Patriot Project, another OGs of HMG. This episode was like looking into a mirror. Two very different stories shaped by many of the same struggles. Sheen Young and Shannon Book open up about their addiction, disappointment, fatherhood mistakes, and the different journey of owning your past while working towards a better future. And that's what it's all about. I love it. People's Patriot Project. You can catch them live every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Other side of the firewall, they're talking about the great AI escape. You don't want to miss this one. Ryan and Shannon explore recent AI sandbox escape incidents involving Meta, OpenAI, and in some other company, Anthropic. Oh, I said it. There you go. Discussing the implications of cybersecurity. If you guys don't think cybersecurity affects you directly, if you carry a pocket computer, a cell phone, or a laptop, it affects you. AI and the cyber stuff affects you. Get on it. Check it out. Other side of the firewall, you're going to learn a ton. Got to give a shout out. We got two new sponsors, two new community partners. Salute to the fallen. Big shout out. Welcome. Happy to have you guys on board. Thank you for your support. Forces Brands USA. Go check them out. Newer company. Thank you guys for being a part of HMG. Also got Stas Fab, Prospect Hill Company on IG. You can check them out. And then, of course, HMG Beverage. If you need some coffee, I'm telling you, HMG coffee, that's like nature's lubricant, man. I'm telling you, wake up with that, you're ready to go. Forget Genetics, great veteran-owned, family-run company. I love those guys. Green Valley Hunters Paradise. I'm telling you, if you need a getaway and you want to be out in the woods in beautiful kind of southern Virginia, Green Valley Hunters Paradise, check them out. Book a hunt. You will not regret it. It's absolutely beautiful out there, and they run a solid. It's like 2,500 acres. It's in the woods, in the mountains. They got everything: tons of deer, turkey, bear, grouse, pheasant. I mean, the whole nine. They do it. Check them out. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, one of our longtime partners here at Heroes Media Group, My Tax Fella, Anthony Moriello, and his team over at mytaxfella.com. Go check them out. That's it, guys. That's all the time I got today. Sorry for the hiccups in the beginning, but we got her going. Appreciate you guys jumping on. Let me know if there's something you guys want me to talk about. Next week, we're going to be in Ocean City, Maryland. Just because I need a break. It's been crazy, and I promise you guys, those of you that know, I appreciate you reaching out. I will be making an announcement here soon that we're just waiting on a few things, and I'll kind of fill you in on the more personal stuff that's happening. But in the meantime, don't get the 45-degree syndrome. Get off the computers. Get outside. The weather's getting a little cooler, guys. Fall is right around the corner, and I'm loving every bit of it. You know what I'm saying? If you guys got something you want me to cover, shoot me a message, either text or DM the Heroes Media Group. Let us know what you want to hear. please go check out heroesmediagroup.com and check out all the shows. Follow the shows on their social platforms. These shows do a lot of good stuff, and they're changing lives for the better. So until next week, God bless you. God bless America. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.